Thanks for coming to our home selling seminar, folks. We really appreciate it. I am Sam Ratner. This is Ruth Ratner, wife, partner, co-founder of the team. Just want to say thank you. I take care of the selling side of the business and Ruth and the staff and operations, and Ruth takes care of managing our buyers with our other folks out there as well also. We know you have choices when it comes to real estate. Excuse me. And we'd look to have a conversation with you. Average realtor sells 6 homes a year. Actually, this past year is actually worse. It was only about 3 homes per year nationwide if you look at the numbers. Last year, we sold about 70 homes. Actually, we sold exactly 70 homes. Hate saying about when we know the numbers. Just works out that way. Anyway, I don't say it to impress you. I just rather to say impress upon you. We know what it takes to be your expert negotiator to help work you through the process. We know that when you're selling or buying a home, you're left with two things. When you're selling, you're left with the equity in the home and your customer experience. When you're buying, you're left with your new home and your customer experience. We strive to make it a stress-free and quality customer experience for you and your family and work it through that process for you. I really want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out today. There's a lot going on in the real estate industry. There's a lot that's happening right now. I'm sure you all have seen a lot of news and what's going on. Primarily, a lot of it is we've got interest rate issues. We've got they're up, they're down. We have inventory issues. They're up, they're down. Right now, they are down. They have been down since COVID. And good part about it for our sellers and for our buyers, we're getting folks into contract most weeks, most every week, I should say, throughout the course of the year. And it's working well. Folks are buying homes. Ruth is working with our buyers on a daily basis, and she's helping folks to get into contracts. We've got a couple of great programs for when you're selling and looking to purchase a home, and when you're a buyer and you need to make sure that you're the best buyer out there. There's 4 kinds of buyers. There's a cash buyer. There's a buyer that's buying with conventional financing. There's a buyer that's buying with FHA financing. And then the one that makes it the hardest is the buyer that has to get a home sold to be able to purchase. That's where Ruth is working great with our buyers, and she's actually getting them into a couple of programs that we have. One happens to be called Cash to Keys, and Cash to Keys allows our sellers to be able to not have to sell, to be able to buy first and be able to purchase their new home with cash through this program that we use. Then when you get your home sold, that cash refills back to the bank, and now you have your home, if you have enough equity in your sale, at $0. All depends on what that looks like. When it comes to the selling side, we've come up with a great new program within the last year and a half. It's been about January since of last year, as a matter of fact, since 23. And that's the 72 sold program that I'm going to be talking with you all about in a couple of moments. And what is it that we do? We minimize the negative effect. Let me back up a second for you. What it's doing is it's getting our sellers tens of thousands of dollars over a starting price. It's not operating the way a traditional real estate agent works or a real estate broker works. It's not operating the way that we used to a year and a half, 2 years ago, and we used to do it the traditional way. We've realized that the traditional way wasn't working, and it's not what today's is best for folks today in the market. What do? We minimize the negative effect of time on the market to motivate interested buyers to make an offer instead of continuing to look at other homes and determine the highest price. Buyers will pay for your home even after they make an offer. What does it mean? It means that once we get offers from buyers, even though they sent us what they believe was the highest and best, our job is to make sure we're getting you or trying to get you even more than what that is. If you have questions at any time, type them into chat. I have staff with us as well also. They'll bring up if we have questions. We're listening to it on the back end as well. This is being recorded, so if you want to go back and listen to it later on, please feel free, go on in. let me go ahead, start sharing with you. If you have any questions as we're going along, this is all of about 15 minutes or so. It's not a very long chat. I really want to just have a fireside chat with you all and talk about it. So if you have questions, if you're out in the Zoom world, please feel free to unmic and come on in and stop me anywhere. You're not going to trip me up. It's not a presentation. It's a table side chat is really what it comes down to. So you don't need to type into the chat. Feel free. Just raise your hand, just start talking, whatever. We will hear you. It's okay. Let me start sharing for you all and get us all in here. Here's a bit about our 72 sold program. What do we do? Can I guarantee I'm going to get your home sold? Can we guarantee we're going to get your home sold in 8 days or less? Pretty much in this market, in any market that's going to be coming up as well also, whether it was before COVID, whether it's now, whether it's going forward, it's really the marketing strategy. It's really the intent to make it as a auction type mentality, to have the buyers have FOMO, fear of missing out, is really what it comes down to. And I wanted to bring myself back up so I could see it, but that's okay. I'll just keep looking at Ruth and then I can have an audience here. So thank you on top of everybody else as well also. Let's just get started with you all here. Let me play it. It's a quick 3-minute video. I don't think it's even quite 3 minutes, but let's play that for you, give you a little highlight, and I'll come back and chat with us about it.
Thinking about selling your home? We are 72 Sold. And in this short video, you'll learn about our innovative, game-changing home selling program, something different from anything you've seen before. A program that has already enabled thousands of home sellers in multiple cities to average 8.4 to 12% higher sale prices than other homes sold in their areas. 7 independent studies over the past 4 years prove time after time that home sellers who used the 72 Sold program walked away with thousands more than other homes in their area that were sold the traditional way. Our home selling program is so effective, we've been showcased on ABC, NBC, and CBS affiliated news shows, received the Innovator of the Year award for making the biggest positive difference in our industry, and were recognized as one of 2023's most admired companies. We are also among the Inc. 5000 top 500 fastest growing companies in America and in the top 5 U.S. real estate firms. So, how are we able to sell your home for so much more? First, we developed a new form of marketing that leverages online technology to identify the best potential buyers for any home in America in just 72 hours. This is a real estate breakthrough. You no longer have to wait weeks or months to know who the best buyers are for your home. With 72 Sold, we can show you in just 72 hours. Identifying the best buyers for your home quickly enables us to create a competitive environment and validate your home's popularity. These are critical to setting the stage for buyers to make higher offers. Also, identifying buyers quickly keeps your home from getting a black eye on the market by sitting unsold for weeks and months, causing buyers to presume it's overpriced. We don't even need to put a for sale sign in your yard, which makes the process more private for you and helps us sell your home for more because it further reinforces your home is new and fresh on the market and hasn't been rejected by lots of previous buyers. Another of our breakthrough strategies is pricing your home at 100% full market value, but presenting that price to buyers as a starting price, the price to negotiate upfront, instead of the traditional asking or list price, a price buyers interpret as your hoped-for price that they should negotiate down from. Our powerful combination of identifying buyers quickly while your home is new and fresh on the market, validating its popularity by telling buyers about other buyers, creating competition among those buyers, and then positioning your price as a minimum rather than a hoped-for price has made a big difference in the money our sellers walk away with. Traditional real estate is about hope. You hope buyers inquire, hope they're interested, hope they make offers, and hope their offers are fair. With 72 Sold, you don't hope. You are confident you're seeing absolute top of the market for your home quickly and conveniently. How quickly? 8 days. That's right, just 8 days. With 72 Sold, you see the highest offers from the best buyers in the market for your home in just 8 days. At 72 Sold, we reinvented the way homes are sold to benefit you. Not only have 7 independent studies over 4 years repeatedly verified that sellers who use our program average significantly higher prices, the last study in 2023 showed that 9,351 sellers who used the 72 Sold program walked away with an average of 9.2% higher prices than other homes sold in their local MLS. 9.2% more for your home, all in 8 days. That's what we want to do for you. Give us a try. You have nothing to lose and thousands to gain. See the highest offers from your home's best buyers in just 8 days. Only with 72 Sold.
%9.2 higher on average. That's a huge number. Is pretty interesting because when I think about the MLS, when I look at the stats of the MLS, your traditional realtor today is getting 102 to 103%, meaning 2 or 3% over starting price. We're averaging 110, 111%, round up to decimals as far as that goes. So that's about that 9%. As a matter of fact, as the video says, it's just part of the program. And I just want to keep on chatting more about that because I'll come back to all of that for us. However, I want to make sure that you have these 7 questions. If you want these questions, you want us to email them to you, you want me to come and drop off the flyer for you, whatever the case may be, if you're going to have another agent chat with you about your home, getting it sold, it's what I like to call a traditional agent disabler. This is everything that I sit at your kitchen table and I talk with you about. If you ask any other agent these questions, for the most part, I believe that they're all going to trip, stumble, and fall. And they're going to be like, what do you mean by that question? Questions. How does your process for selling my home differ from other agents? Will you share my reason for selling it? And if so, why? How do you minimize the negative effect of time on the market on my sale price? Days on market. How do you determine the highest price buyers will pay for my home after they've made an offer? Going to go into all of these, folks. What do you say to buyers to increase the perceived value of my home compared to other properties? Do you have a process for showing my home that increases the probability buyers will make offers and pay more? Do you have a strategy for minimizing the repairs buyers request from me? I'd like to pretty much guarantee that if you ask another agent, a traditional agent, to come in, have a presentation with you, have a talk, have a conversation with you about your house, and you ask them these questions, they're going to stumble. They're not going to be able to have an answer for you other than, well, my company does this. It's not about the company. It's about you. It's about the person that's sitting in front of you. Let's just kind of go in front of it for you. I want to go through this. This is probably all of about 5 minutes or so, 5-6 minutes, not really a big deal, but there's 2 things that really kill the prices for our sellers. What happens is time on the market. This is a graph. It's over the course of about 45 days. A traditional seller, normal sellers, they say, great, the market's up, prices are up, they're going crazy. Let's price it up here and let's negotiate down from there. That's old school. It's old marketing. It just didn't work. And then you had to wait for that one buyer and say, great, now I have to fight against myself because you're priced up here. The buyer comes in here. Now you have to negotiate in here. Wouldn't you rather have prices here, a number of buyers, a number of offers to pick from, and then I go back to those buyers and still say, great, you're at this number, to sell it with like this and then get dollars more? That's what's happening with the program. What's happening with the traditional market is the sellers put the home on the market. It's sitting on the market for, in this case here, 45 days, and sellers are reducing some 10%, and then they get even a lesser price. Next slide is talking about buyer delay. The buyers walk in the house. They're not excited that first 1 or 2 days. If that buyers aren't making offers within that first 1 or 2 days, which is what's happening with our program, you're getting less from a seller, as a seller from a buyer. This picture just depicts over the course of the first week. If you're waiting a week and you're not having offers, you're getting less than what you should be getting. Anybody has questions, please feel free, jump in, chat, not a big deal. How do we excite our buyers? How do we excite and talk about what's going on? About 7 steps that I'm going to go through here for you. First is our team. Let me chat about the team for a second. On our team, we have a full-size staff behind us. We have marketing staff, 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day, doing all of our social media, our marketing, our videography, building all the videos, crafting everything for us for social media and pushing it all out there. We have staff that's taking care of all admin and contracts and paperwork, talking with the attorneys, the appraisers, the inspectors, making sure it's getting all pulled together. You don't want Ruth and I doing that kind of stuff. That's what we have staff for. You go to doctor's office, they're not taking your intake. That's what we have staff for as well also. We have 2 licensed drone pilot photographers that work with our team as well also, and we have a licensed stager as well. The 3 of them, they have their own companies. We all partner together to make this great for you. What happens? Multiple listing service allows us to take 40 photos and promote them. Our photographers come in, we do that. We do a video walkthrough for you as well also. Actually, videos walking through the house, not what your traditional realtor does. They take out their phone and they take pictures of your home. Our professional photographer comes in, takes the 40 photos. We promote fewer and best photos. We may only be promoting 8 to 12 photos, and we're making sure it's the best. It's kind of like when Apple comes out with a new phone. They're not coming out and showing you all of the pictures, all of the features, everything about it. As far as that goes, it's showing you the highlights. The intent is they want you in a store. Well, in this case here, we want the buyers calling us. From there, we create our curiosity creating ad copy. Your traditional realtor is going to go out there and put their ad copy in. It says, come see this beautiful 5-bedroom, 7-bathroom home that's been freshly repainted with new windows and a roof. And oh, look at the beautiful gardens. No, we create wonderful ad copy for you. It talks about why we've priced the home so fairly for a quick sale. It's not a fire sale. Nobody's going to give your house away. Nobody's going to steal your house. It's great curiosity created ad copy. Love to share some of that with you. What's a big part about how do we price our home? We look at the competition-based pricing. Old school, we look at, all right, what's sold and what's going on with those. Well, that already sold. Buyers can't come in and look at those homes. They can't look at the homes that are under contract. What we look at is we're looking at the competition-based pricing as to those homes that are active on the market and who's competing in the market. We want you to be everybody else's competition. What do I mean by that? I'm going to dig into that when I start getting into our 7 steps a little bit. But what I'm talking about just as a cursory is we don't want everybody else looking at somebody else's home and then seeing, does your home compare to it? We want them comparing everybody else's home to yours. Where do we take it from there? So we list all of our properties on Monday. Usually about 12 to 2 o'clock. Penny puts it on the market for us. Piers pushing out all of the social media. Everything's starting to crank at that point. We hold off all showings until Thursday if that's what you're looking for. What we're trying to do is stop you as the seller from having to be in and out of the house every 15 minutes for the course of the next week or however long that may happens to be, and interrupting your lives. What we're finding from our sellers is our sellers don't want to be out of the house every 15, 20, 30 minutes with whether they're kids, whether they're retired, whatever the case may be. They're asking us to compress our showings. And what we're doing is we're doing exactly that. We're compressing our showings, letting the buyers and the buyers agents know that the sellers have a lot going on in the world. They ask that we compress our showings together because that's what you, our sellers, are asking us for. And we're making those opportunity showings available on Thursday, usually about 4:30 to 6 o'clock. And then we're offering a public launch on Saturdays. That's open to the public. Thursday is when we invite all of the buyers to come through with their agents, or if they don't have an agent, Ruth would be representing buyers at that point. I will never represent a buyer for your home sale. It's just, I sit on professional standards and ethics for the state. It's legal, it's ethical in the state of Connecticut. I don't believe in it. Ruth and I don't believe in it as a team, as partners, and as business property owners. It just doesn't work for us. That's where Ruth represents all of our buyers. If I get a lead on your home, that lead goes to Ruth. Ruth talks to those buyers. I talk to all of the buyers agents. I let them come through on Thursdays. We then do our open house / public launch on Saturdays. We compress those showings together, usually about an hour and a half on Thursday, an hour and a half on Saturday. And what we're finding is we're getting typically about 10 to 27 people come on both Thursday and also on Saturday. What's resulting from those showings? We're receiving typically between 5 and 13 offers on our properties. So what happens? Buyers are calling in, buyers agents are calling in on that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're talking to them saying, thank you very much. The sellers really appreciate you giving us a call. We talk to them about the property. More importantly, as the agents are calling, we're collecting all of that information in our CRM so that when we know we have offers, we know who those agents are, we know about those buyers, we know what they're coming from, where they're coming from, do they have kids, are they relocating, everything about them, we have that in our CRM. Where does the magic start? How does it all happen? Thursday is when we have our first opportunity showings. If there's buyers that can't make Thursday, they can't make Saturday, we get them in, whether it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, whatever that happens to be. However, we do try and get them all in on that Thursday and Saturday. Why do we do that? Because we want buyers to have fear of missing out, knowing that there's a group, a bunch, many people, other buyers that want to come see your home. Where does the magic start? It starts right here. Whether it's myself, whether it's Ruth, it's at the property, showing the property, we stand at the front door. Traditional agents will sit at your dining room table, they'll sit in the kitchen, and they'll have a sign-in sheet. Hey, come on in, can you come sign my book? The seller wants to know who's coming in. No, we stand at your front door, we have all of our marketing material with us, we have a sign-in sheet that we fill out right there for them, or we ask the agents to fill out their name, or if the agent isn't represented, their information. This way, you as the seller has all the information. Where's the magic start? Buyer walks in the door. We say, thank you for coming. The seller really appreciates you coming. We share a little story with the buyers. It's whatever the conversation is that you and I agree that I could share with the seller, with the buyers. The sellers are moving on to the next venture. They brought the kids up here. They're ready to relocate. They're moving south. They're moving west, whatever the case may be. They're just looking to relocate. They're looking to get a smaller home. The home's too big. It's ready for next family. Whatever that story is, I share that with them. Our old way of doing the business, a buyer would ask me, why is the seller selling? And I would tell them, I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. Well, right off the bat, the buyer's already upset. So we realized that we needed to share that information. They walk in the door. There's a line of people behind them. I tell them a bit about the home. I show them other properties. It's usually about 2 other properties. Have you seen these 2 other properties? Here's the price on them. Here's these other homes. Come see this wonderful home and how this outshines those homes. Why does it outshine it? Because you've done the hard work to get it ready, because you priced it correctly, you priced it ahead of the market. It's not below market, it's not below price. Somebody's not going to steal it from you. As those buyers are walking through the home, other buyers are coming in, they're going through and they're hearing all that same process. Everybody's walking in is hearing it. As buyers are walking out the door, here's where more of the magic happens. I'm thanking the buyers. I'm talking to the buyers, not to the agents. And I'm saying, thank you very much for coming. The sellers really appreciate you coming. By the way, what did you think about the home? Do you think this is a home that works for you? Would you be thinking of making an offer? The seller may be excited to accept an offer before Saturday's open house. What do you think is going on as soon as I'm having that conversation with that buyer that's walking out the door and the other buyers are walking in the door? I hear it all the time. Oh, honey, they may take an offer before Saturday's open house. If we like it, we better talk to our agent, or we better get this figured out. That's exactly what's happening. It's building all of that excitement. That's that opportunity purchase. What's happening at that point? It's the counter offer intelligence. I speak to him about what's going on. I'm looking to flush out what's happening with all of the buyers that's coming in. That's Thursday. Many times we shut down our open house on Saturday because we have enough offers, or we have offers that the sellers are excited about and they don't want to be out of the house again on Saturday. They say, great, we have a number that works for us. Even once I get those offers are what we ask the buyers and the buyer's agent, please give us your highest and best offer. I can show you time and time again, it's documented. The sellers received an offer. I went back and spoke to X number of agents and said, the seller says, thank you very much for the offer. They'd really like to be at this number. That's where I talk about the buyers that are willing to offer more than what they even came in with at their highest and best, because the home is priced so competitively about it. And it shuts it down. That's this 8-day process. That's listing on Monday, the sellers reviewing all contracts come Saturday, and then Sunday. And then by Monday, we're usually going under contract. Last piece of it is our broken cosmetic one formula, our BCW. Our job, you're doing a home inspection. I should say the buyers are doing a home inspection. My job is to get you out of it as cheap as possible. We have a lot of sellers that say, well, my roof is old, my furnace is old, my AC is old, I want to replace that now. What we say is, let's not do that now. Let's not go spend $5, $10, $15, $20,000. If the buyer's doing inspection, my job is to get you out of as cheap as possible. If your AC is old and it's going to cost you $8,000, and the buyer comes back and says your AC is old, and if I can get you out of it for a couple of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, is that better than $8,000? That's our job, to make sure we mitigate that for you. Mindset journey, take them, make sure your home is standing out in the market, make sure we're offering the opportunity showings, the purchases, our counter offer intelligence. Yes, they want to increase the offer. Quick graph for you, quick picture. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, need that. Quick picture for us. We went through and I asked P on our marketing side, please just show us the last 45 sales of what's going on since we've been running the program more than 45 sales. But I said, just pick some, happen to be the last 45. Of the last 45, what I found is we weeded out the rentals that were in there. We weeded out the ones that were right at 100% because there's other reasons for that. I'll talk about that. There was about 20 or so properties that the sellers understood the program, took advantage of it, and received $20,000+ on average. We have some that received $100,000, 70, 30, and 50, and $40,000, and 20 and 30, all the numbers in between there. That's kind of for the sellers. I want to get us off of here. Give me 1 second. Let me stop sharing. That's for the sellers that understood the program, that understood and said, yes, I believe in the program. I believe that the program works for me. These folks were able to get much more. The folks that had a need, a want, a believe, a desire of, I have to have this much, I don't believe in the program, those folks all lost a lot of money. They lost tens of thousands of dollars because they simply didn't price it correctly. They didn't price ahead of the market. They didn't believe in the program. That's a quick summary for it. It's really what it comes down to. Right. We're going to be having more of these seminars. We're going to be running these every single month at this point. You're going to find the replay. It's going to be up on our website. If you joined us, if you signed up for it, Pia will be getting it out to us as well also. If there's any questions, anybody's coming on, let me know. That's great. Otherwise, that's the wrap of it. Thank you for coming, and we appreciate it, guys. Have a nice day, and thank you. Bye.